Hello, in today's video I'll show you how to steam food with the Varoma dish on THERMOMIX TM7. Steaming with the Varoma dish is pretty easy. You can first I'll explain what to set on the screen. Later I'll show you how to install the Varoma dish. So what you can do is either steam while you're cooking a soup. So if you're cooking a soup, the soup will create steam, and that steam will be used to steam some vegetables, some meat, for example, for the second course. But that may result in thickening the soup too much, so be careful with it. And for first few times of steaming, I recommend doing steaming with water. So you just put water, not a soup. So you're just, it's easier, I think, that way. Also, you can use recipes that are available in Cookito that use steaming, and they will guide you through everything step by step. But I'll do the manual steaming, so I'll explain how to do it with water. If you want to do it with a soup or something else, you should use the manual mode. But for the steaming with water, you can use the steaming mode. Now that will let you set the time, the speed that can be set up to 5/5 speed. Because of the temperature, it cannot go any higher. I recommend setting it at 1 if it's just water. If it's something else, you could set it to a higher. Or if you want to produce a lot of steam, then you can put a higher speed. Then you should select whether you're using the Varoma dish, the simmering basket, or both. I'll show you later how to install both of them or just one of them. Because you can use the Varoma or the simmering basket for smaller quantities of steamed food, like for example if you're steaming mushrooms to be browned later. It's important to add enough of water. The water should be at least 500 grams, but more if you're cooking for over half an hour. If you're going to steam for over half an hour, then add 25 grams per additional 15 minutes. So for example, for an hour, you should add 1 liter of water. If you want, you can add salt to it, but it's not really needed. I typically don't add it. And then you can just start. So now let's talk about how to install the Varoma dish and the simmering basket. This is the top of my device. I have removed the cap because the cap has to be removed for the Varoma. Now, unless you're just using the simmering basket without the Varoma, then the cap has to stay on. Now, I'll remove the lid and I'll put the simmering basket in. Now, this is how you should put it in so that it's locked in place. It's important for it to be locked in place. There's this little hole right here, and it has to align with the handle so that it's locked in place. Then you can put the cap on, the lid on with the cap if you're just using the simmering basket, or without the cap if you're going to use the Varoma dish on top. Now, additionally, you could just remove the simmering basket and use it with just the Varoma dish. Now, the bottom part is the dish, this is what it looks like. And this part is great for some harder if you're going to use 2 levels, so the bottom level and the top level, which I'll show you in a moment. This bottom level is better for either harder vegetables or some larger pieces of meat. The next level will be better for meat in slices or softer vegetables that don't need so much steam, because the lower level will produce a bit more steam. Now, one more thing, make sure as you're putting food in there, don't cover all of the holes so the the steam can actually get through it. Now, once you put it in, you can either use the tray or not. If you're not using the tray, you can just put the lid on like that. But I am going to use the tray, so I can just place it. You can see this is what it looks like. And then I can place the lid on top. The orientation of the Varoma doesn't matter. It could be twisted, it could be straight on like that. Just how you want it. And then you can start. I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.